Hey, what's up? You got time? Great stuff. Let's talk about Africa. Many countries, different countries. Nigeria, South Africa, Malawi, Kenya. Let's go. This man right here, do you know him? His name is Nnamdi Kanu, Nigerian man. He's been arrested. By who? By a Nigerian court. He's been sentenced in life imprisonment. So forever, he's going to be behind bars. On what charges? On terrorism charges. So the man is perceived to be a terrorist.
As Nnamdi Kanu made broadcast, and so what? And you convict him for terrorism for mere words.
Nnamdi Kanu is a leader of a group called the Indigenous People of Biafra. It's basically a group of people in Nigeria that don't want to be Nigerians. He has been sentenced and going to be sent to Sokoto prison. Sokoto prison, if you don't know what that is, it's not a nice place to be. One of the worst prisons you want to be in Nigeria. We're talking about Nigeria. Nnamdi was convicted in Nigeria for leading proscribed separatist group IPOB, inciting violence through broadcasts and directing actions that prosecutors said caused death, destructions of property and insecurity in the southeast. So in order to understand this, you need to go back in time. Okay, why is Nnamdi angry? I know I don't pronounce his name correctly, you can understand that. Why is he being sent to jail, and what is this group that he's leading, and why are they perceived as terrorists? Now, Nigeria has a very complex history, but we're not trying to break it down. Just take one part of the history so you can understand in this context. Nigeria has many ethnic groups, and before they became a country, they were not necessarily friends with each other. On the north, you find Hausa and Fulani. On the west, you find Yoruba people. On the east, you find Igbo people. These are different people, different languages, different religion, different beliefs. So for the longest time, the Igbo people felt they were marginalized, they were left aside, they were not treated accordingly, they were taken advantage of. So they didn't want to be part of Nigeria as it was created. Like I said earlier, many African countries before they became countries were just tribes, okay, and ethnic groups. They were forced into becoming countries by force by the Europeans, even the ones that didn't like each other. Now the Igbo people did not want to be part of Nigeria at all. They didn't like it. So in 1960, Nigeria got its independence, and in 1967, the Igbo people are not happy at all. And the Biafra War started. The Biafra War was about the Igbo-led Southeast crying to secede from Nigeria to escape ethnic violence and political marginalization. So from 6 July 1967 to 15 January 1970, this general right here led the Biafra movement. The goal was very simple, to create their own country named Biafra. They didn't want to be Nigeria. Up until today, there are many people that still subscribe to that idea. So back in time, as you can see, there was a war between Nigeria and Biafra. So what did Nigeria do? Nigeria imposed a blockade on Biafra, cutting off food supplies. So they starved the people of Biafra, hoping that that's going to asphyxiate their capacity. Result, many people were unalive out of hunger, children, women, elderly people. The blockade caused a widespread famine. Images of starving Biafran children shocked the world. Over 1 million civilians were unalive, mostly of starvation. So basically, the war with guns was so difficult, they decided to cut supply of Biafra, hoping to win. And that led to the victory of Nigeria. Obviously, many people went to jail after that, and many people paid the consequences. Many years later, there are still people in Nigeria that believe that Biafra shouldn't be part of Nigeria. It should be a separate country, because they feel like they don't subscribe to the ideology and they are not necessarily Muslim like the northern Nigeria. And this man Nnamdi happens to be the leader of this group in 2025, still fighting over a possible Biafra state. So now obviously he's been arrested because he's considered as a terrorist and a danger to national security. Now unfortunately, there are many reports of their group unaliving people as well. I mean, I can understand you wanting to have your own country, that's one thing. But you unaliving people, civilians, in the process of trying to have your own country, if you did unalive people, that is difficult to understand. So what is he accused of? Kanu is accused of using Radio Biafra broadcast to rally support and often accusing the Nigerian state of corruption and oppression. That's why he's in jail. Now, as much as this is publicized by the Nigerian government, I think it would be nicer to hear that some terrorist people and leaders have been arrested. So South Africa is hosting the first ever G20 Summit on African soil. Congratulations. Yay! Piga Makofi, baby. That's great. Congratulations to our South African people. It's beautiful to see. G20 is basically the 20 most powerful economies in the world coming together, deciding for you. Unfortunately, if your country is not part of that, it's very sad. You're always going to be guided by the leaders. So South Africa for the first time is organizing the G20 on South African soil, and it's a very beautiful thing. And we've heard a lot of reports about South Africa fixing roads where the president are going to pass. Those roads have to be fixed and stuff. They're making sure that all the homeless people are taken out of the street, push the homeless to the side. They're making sure that all the traffic lights are functional, because sometimes they don't function. So they're putting in a lot of work. They're buffing up security to make sure that there's no crime and all that stuff. South Africa is still one of the most dangerous places to be in the world. Johannesburg, Cape Town and Durban, they're still listed in the cities that are the most dangerous in the world. Yeah, but if you live there, obviously you won't notice it. It's a very normal thing. If you live in a bedroom where a rat is dead, after a time you don't smell it anymore. I don't know if you experienced that before. You need to go out a little bit and come back, then you're going to smell it. So yeah, obviously, like many other countries in the world, criminality is in South Africa. It's also dependent on where you find yourself. You're wrong place at the wrong time, you're probably going to get unalive. Matter of fact, I got mugged in South Africa. When was this? Last month? With a gun on my head. Yeah, I'm telling you, it was crazy. Somebody just reversed into me. It was insane at night. You're driving off and this Nigerian guy was in front of me. He stopped the car, he reversed, hit me, boom. And I'm like, oh my God, what the hell? I got out of the car, I'm looking at my car, I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to do? The guy jumps off his car. His car was a Chinese, one of these Chinese cars, Jaku, whatever. He jumps off his car. It's go, I'm sorry. I was trying to reverse to get inside. So I'm busy trying to take pictures to send the insurance company, make sure that my car is fixed. And he's like, you see, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal, trying to play me down. I'm like, dude, relax. I need to take pictures right here. 3 seconds later, the car just reversed and some dude jump off. Hey, put your car on my car. Please take the cell phone. Take the wallet. Okay, I may just buy some other cell phones, but I can't buy my life. It was crazy stuff. My Nigerian brother got very angry at me. They accused me of conniving with those people. Imagine, his girlfriend, who's South African, accused me of conniving with the people. So you and those people know exactly what's happening. It was crazy, insane stuff. Anyway, so I asked him, let's go to the police. He said, no, he's not going to the police. It's because of you. I told you it's not a big deal. This Nigerian guy screaming at me, it's because of you. F you. Now they've taken my watch. I'm like, dude, they've taken my cell phone. He said, I don't give a F. He's jumping in his car trying to flee the scene. I'm like, no, dude, you're not going. Where are you going? This is not an accident anymore. This is a crime scene. We need to see the police. His girlfriend is punching. It was crazy. It was insane. I mean, I could have done some really bad thing to this man, but yeah, I had a lot of mastery and I appreciate it. Anyway, so South Africa is currently doing a lot of work trying to make things nice for the G20, and congratulations to them for doing that. I think it's amazing. We know that the US trying to boycott G20.
I mean, if you take a look at what's going on in parts of South Africa, look at South Africa, what's going on. Look at South America, what's going on. I'm not going to, we have a G20 meeting in South Africa. South Africa shouldn't even be in the G's anymore.
South Africa continued, went ahead with it. And very recently, we heard communication saying that America wanted to send somebody to represent the US. And that sparked a lot of things where this lady right here disrespected Mr. Cyril Ramaphosa. Listen to her talking.
Happy to explain because there is not a shift. The United States is not participating in official talks at the G20 in South Africa. I saw the South African president running his mouth a little bit against the United States and the president of the United States earlier today, and that language is not appreciated by the president or his team.
How can you say, I heard the South African president running his mouth on the United States? Running his mouth? How do you speak to somebody who could be your grandfather like that? Who brought these people up? Who does this? I'm sure you don't speak like this to your own people. I saw the president of South Africa running his mouth. Running his mouth? Running his mouth? That's crazy. Anyway, let's go to Malawi. Malawi, tourists are now required to pay hotel bills in US dollars. Yes. No more using Malawi kwacha. Normally when you go to a country that respects itself, when you spend money on buying goods and things, you spend the money on local currency. Okay. Now in Malawi, you cannot do that anymore. The law has changed. So if you as an American or anybody else or any other country for that matter, you travel to Malawi for visits, for tourism. If you go to a lodge, resort, safaris and stuff, you need to pay in dollars, US dollars. The measure aimed to boost Malawi's shrinking forex reserve, which have been under pressure since IMF extended credit facility ended this year. So IMF is pulling away from Malawi because they feel like the country is going to the gutter and Malawi's foreign exchange reserve is shrinking. They don't have dollars. What is foreign exchange? Probably asking, right? We can't pretend that everybody understands what foreign exchange is, right? You're very smart. We appreciate that. But some of the people here Maybe you don't know it, so let's explain. What is Forex? Forex reserve are foreign currency assets like US dollars, euro or yen. So it's money from the US, euro and Great Britain. It's money. It can also be other assets like gold, bond and treasury bills held by central bank. Now, why is this important? Because the country need foreign exchange, like money from other countries like dollars and euros to buy things from other countries. Okay, if you want to import iron, you want to import water, I'm just giving an example, you need to use dollars. If you want to import maize coming from another country, cocoa, you need to use dollars. They're not going to take your currency from your country. No, they're not going to take the South African rand. My brother, you have to have dollars, US dollars. You gotta have US dollars or euros to buy things from Singapore, from Scandinavia. You have to have dollars. That's foreign exchange. Now, why isn't Malawi having enough foreign exchange? Because Malawi imports more goods than it exports. There is an imbalance. So the country still spends more on foreign currency, on imports like fuel, medicine, machineries, food than it earns from export. So nobody want to buy Malawi stuff, not as much as they should, at least. But Malawi needs to import things like fuel, medicine, machinery, food, and other things, cement. So it becomes a very imbalanced. Now, you must remember here, the kwacha has devaluated. Kwacha is the currency of Malawi, 40% down. So if your money devalued 40% down, it means you have to pay twice the amount you used to pay before for the same service. That's not easy at all. Okay, $100 right now is about 173,000 kwacha. So that's about 1,700 rand. So that's again what it is. So what does this mean? This means Malawi is going through a very difficult time financially. It's a very, very difficult time and it's not good. This can be resolved. How? Very simple. Africa needs to have one currency. Africans need to work together because it's going to resolve the problem of 54 different countries. Like Europeans have done it in the past. Like Americans have done it in the past. America is just many states coming together, becoming the United States of America. And my country, you must be happy of my country. You need to stop that. We need to support one another so we don't get bullied. That's what we need to do. Let me know how you feel about this. Ms. Kanu going to jail in Nigeria, separatist group. Is this a good thing or not? You want to see the Nigerian government arrest more Muslim terrorists that are unaliving Christians and make an example about it. South Africa running very wild right now. Things are booming all over the place because, G20 is happening. The road must be clean. The homeless must be put to the side. The traffic lights must work. Now, I hope this is going to be permanent, not just temporary to please the people from elsewhere. Malawi needs support, brothers. Malawi needs support. A while back, Malawi sent Malawians to Israel to go work in farms so they can earn money. Yes, young Malawian, young men, young people. When the war started in Israel, young Malawians went to Israel to work in farms, to clean the cows' bum, to feed the cows. Not engineers, not doctors, but just clean the stuff, the cleaners. Not good. One Africa. God bless.